oh, this is a look. Changed into a different shirt because I thought the color would look better, and now it's not really matching on camera, and you can see my bra strap because it's thick, but I'm too lazy to change the bra strap. And my brows are shiny because they're microbladed and they're going through the healing process, and they've got goop on them. They look like shiny little happy slugs. Hi, that's my day. Hope yours is going great too. All right guys, today we are gonna get personal, we are gonna get deep, we are going to talk about body image and my journey into more of, okay, it's gonna sound cheesy, but more of that like self-love thing. My journey into self-love, and hopefully you can take some tips away from it too. Because I know from the hundreds of DMs I get every day, so many of us are struggling with so much to do with our body and how we view our body and how we view ourselves. I first remember feeling uncomfortable in my body, uncomfortable in my skin, when I was probably, I don't know, 13, 14. I was going through puberty and I developed very quickly. So I got boobs, a bosom, and hips very quickly. And I remember just being on a beach and lying down and seeing the sides of my hips just kind of flaring out on the beach when I lay down, and feeling shame around it, not having the awareness to unpack it or question the shame, just being like, this shouldn't be there, other girls don't have this, it's not attractive, this is bad. I started dieting at quite a young age, and that obviously escalated when my mom died. You know, now, for better or for worse, it's something that I will always, like, part of me will always have that thing. But I definitely have changed the way I view my body, and there are 4 main ways I've done that. The first is figuring out my triggers. The second, cat's here, is not participating in negative self-talk. Third, have goals, but rational and healthy goals. And 4, accept that it's a journey. First, figuring out my triggers. We all have things that trigger us, especially if you're struggling with body image. It can be watching TV shows of runway models, it can be reading horrible tabloid magazines, it can be Googling, you know, these are things I did when I was sick, Googling eating disorder actresses, or Googling weight actress. These are things that are 100% triggering, and you know, your triggers will be your own, but kind of figure out what those triggers are. Because the danger of a trigger is it creates this very emotional response in us that then leads us to action, and it's not necessarily a healthy action. For instance, to this day, like, I actively avoid looking at yoga girls on Pinterest, and I didn't even have it classified as a trigger until it's probably about a year ago, where I was just, you know, looking for inspiration. I was really into yoga photos at the time, and I went on to Pinterest, and the girls overwhelmingly had a body type that even when I was starving myself, I couldn't necessarily achieve. It's not my bone structure, it's not the way fat and muscle lays on my body. I started to look at the pictures. Again, this is just a year ago, and within 2 or 3 minutes, I found myself thinking things like, well, you know, maybe I could afford to lose a little weight, or maybe I should just eat really clean today. Thank goodness I'm now in a place where I can catch myself in those thoughts and kind of pull away and say, oh, okay, wait a second. I wasn't feeling bad about my body 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. I was feeling strong, I was feeling like yogi, I was feeling fit. What has changed? What has made me go from this good feeling to this place where something in my mind is whispering things that rational me would never listen to? And it's figuring out those triggers. It's honoring that sensation and then avoiding them. So I don't look at yoga girls on Pinterest still now. I probably never will. I avoid certain things that I have figured out throughout the years are triggers for me. It's like when you meditate. They say if you have a thought come into your mind, don't focus on squashing it down, because that will just make you think about it more and think about it more. Like if I told you, you know, don't pay attention to the pink elephant, you're gonna pay attention to the pink elephant. It's human nature. It's accepting those thoughts, kind of being like, okay, you're there, and then let them go on their way. And that's how it is with triggers. Okay, you are here. I don't need you. I'm not gonna touch you. Like, you are not good for me. Let it go on its way. On the flip side of that, what's really helped me in the last year and a half with this kind of feeling of not just acceptance, but confidence in my body has been filling my feed, it's harder to say, filling my feed with people and things that uplift me, that I look at and I feel better for having seen. It's so easy to passively consume stuff on Instagram. We know this, we're like, yeah, we know, but it doesn't really impact us. No, it 100% impacts us. Our mind is just there, it's kind of like an open book, and we're just absorbing. We don't even realize it, but it starts to get its way into our brain, and if all you're seeing every day, day after day, is perfect lives, perfect images, perfect bodies, perfect worlds, perfect relationships, it's gonna start to make you feel, I'm a bit wrong. My body's a bit wrong. My relationship's not like that. My life's not like that. So it's actively chasing after content that's varied, that's diverse, and that gives you something that either fills your mind or your heart or makes you go like, yes, yes. My cat is just lying over there with his little legs in the air, his tummy in the air. I just want to like touch it, touch his little tummy. Clean out your feed. Get rid of accounts that aren't serving you anymore. Even if it's a friend, even if part of you finds it a little bit interesting, but if it makes you feel worse about yourself, don't let that into your heart and into your mind. All right, 2. Point number 2. I do not let myself participate in negative self-talk. As women, we tear ourselves up so much, so much. It's a bonding activity, possibly it's a way of, you know, being one of the girls. The danger is we hide these statements and jokes. So it's like, oh, haha, isn't this funny? We're all kind of laughing. I think the risk with things like this is, even though we're joking, it's poking at us. It's like a jellyfish sting. Like you're in the water, you don't feel it at the time, but when you get out, suddenly all these parts are hurting, and you don't really know where it happened, how it happened, but it just doesn't feel very good. If we make multiple comments like that to ourselves throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, they will start to add up, and there's part of it that will poke and poke and poke and poke, and it brings us down bit by bit. My cat's just yawned in my face. With negative self-talk, this also really extends into how we talk about other women. One of the horrible things for us, when we tear other women down, we tend to kind of be projecting part of us that feels insecure and almost validating it, almost giving it that space to grow and get worse and get worse. For instance, Gossip magazine, with all their horrible cellulite covers. I have cellulite. If I go out and I buy one of those and I find joy in mocking women who have cellulite, if I find joy in the fact that they look the way they look and it's presented in a shameful way, which those magazines do, I'm sort of telling myself, yeah, okay, yeah, on the surface, oh, look, they're normal and aren't they shameful and don't they deserve this because they have the perfect lives. But what I'm actually saying to myself is, yeah, but you're also shameful too, because you also have cellulite and, you know, wow, you don't even have the perfect life and you have that. I am a huge fan of the idea that women, empowered women, empower women, uplifting each other, supporting each other. And when someone else triggers us, when maybe they are so stunning and so attractive and part of us tries to find ways to rip them down, it's pulling back, it's trying to unpack that and step away from it and say, okay, this isn't serving me. This isn't serving me. This isn't serving her. This isn't serving all the things I believe in as a woman. So why am I doing it? Number 3, allowing myself goals, but making them positive, healthy. It's absolutely fine to want to lose weight, to want to gain weight, to want to eat healthier, to want stronger arms, you know, I'm working my upper body right now, or a bigger bum, little bum, whatever. It's human and absolutely okay to train for aesthetics, to have these goals. Don't shoot yourself down. Don't make yourself feel bad for having those goals. But it's trying to find a way that's healthy, that's positive, that's uplifting, that supports you and makes you feel better, rather than rips you down bit by bit. For instance, there was a time in my life where my goal was to hit below a certain number on the scale. And I'm very obsessive, and I did become very obsessed with it, and I was weighing myself, gosh, multiple times a day. But it was a goal focused around loss and deprivation, not around things that made me feel better, stronger, happier. Now I let myself have goals, but I try to focus on things I can add, things that make me feel strong, instead of saying, I want to lose weight, I want to run faster, I want to lift heavier, I want to be able to climb the stairs and not be out of breath. But it's allowing to make those goals. Point number 4, accept that the goal towards accepting my body self-love, accept that it's a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. I still struggle with my body. I still struggle. I will always struggle. But these days, there's a lot less of that harsh, horrible judgment, the horrible side of my brain being so cruel to myself, and a lot more acceptance. Okay, this is where I am right now. This is where I need to be because of my life situation. I will accept that. I will be kind to it, honor it, and when I can, I will let myself ease back into a goal that makes me feel better and healthier. So it's accepting those dips and the peaks and all the complex emotions that come with being a human, not trying to squish it down. This is all tied to the idea of treating ourselves like we would a friend. If you look in a mirror and you start to think like, oh, you're so, I don't know, hideous, ugly, whatever, no one will ever love you, you have to fight against that and think, would I say that to a friend? If a friend was here right now, would I say those things to her? Why are you saying that to you? I just want to say thank you all for listening and engaging. Yeah, I guess I genuinely believe we're in this together.